The GMen Show, episode 37. What's next?
Yeah, it's the GMen Show. Talking fruit, tech, and ego. Hot takes, cold coffee. Still hitting every keynote. They roast your phone. No. They roast each other. Tips, rants, one after another. Is that a feature or just a bug? Either way, it gets a shrug. GMen Show. Turn it up. Let the fanboys know. Questions, rants, or a nerdy confession. Call in now. Join the obsession. 73828-46777. 73828-46777. Yeah!
And welcome everyone to the G-Men Show. I'm Guy, and he's Geoff. Geoff with a G. He is.
You wanted the pretentious one this week, and you got me instead.
We'll get
it's
to
not
that.
with the G. Yeah.
We'll get to that. Now,
I get what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a whole thing.
It's a thing. I get it now.
It's a thing. We're getting close to WWDC 27, and Apple has so many rumors flying around between a new CEO, a mega hit laptop, and speculation about upcoming products. It's a virtual cornucopia of unknowns. I love that word, cornucopia. It's not used enough.
It isn't, but you know,
go ahead.
I'm totally interrupting your introduction.
Of course you are.
Because I am chaos incarnate. Anyhow, in this case, shouldn't it be like a Applecopia instead of a cornucopia?
Well, yeah, but then people might not get it. It's hard to say.
Maybe they should go back to school.
All right, this is homework for everyone listening to the show. I want you to think about the word apple cornea. Copia, not cornea. That would be an apple with eyes in it. So no, don't think about that because it's really frightening. Think about apple copia. And do you think that that would be a better word than cornucopia? Let us know, because we think about these things often and hard. So, but as far as all these upcoming products, are we going to pull the covers back and reveal all the new stuff, Jeff?
Oh, no, of course. Oh, wait. Oh, heck no. But we'll talk about what we think is happening.
Exactly. Hello, Geoff. How are you, sir?
Oh, hello, Goy. Guy. Hello, Guy.
That is the way they say it in France.
Whoa.
I just need like the Perot mustache. And I didn't tangent time.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched any of the various renditions of Agatha Christie? Well, she's probably pretty crispy by now. Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot.
I got it. And he's not from France, actually. He's from Belgium. Mm-hmm. Have you seen any of the movies that kind of feature his character? Because there's been some good ones and some not so good ones.
I've seen I've seen a not so good one, and that's as far as I got. Although there's one that came out, I want to say like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
That Kenneth Branagh did.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, I should see that, because if Kenneth Branagh's doing Perot, then it's probably really good.
It is. And the first one he did, which was Murder on the Orient Express, also very good. That's from probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, wait, so
it's
he's
right
done
up there along with the Glass Onion movies.
Okay. Which are loads of fun.
Yes. And surprisingly enough, James Bond does a very good Southern Louisiana accent. Not so good at hunting aliens as a cowboy, but topic for another day.
I remember that movie.
Yeah, it was not a good movie. As far as what's going on with me, I have Jeff, I have an upcoming colonoscopy. And it makes me wonder if proctologists have 3D cameras that shoot in 4K. Because if they do, I'm still not going to watch it.
I'm thinking this could be a big seller. I mean, there's the internet is a place where everyone can find everything that they want, which
Whatever
means
your
there's a
kink
market
is.
for that,
Yeah.
whatever your kink is. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, you know, um, shoot for Vision Pro. And you know how we're trying to get Chuck Joyner to buy a Vision Pro? This
Yes.
might be the thing that sells.
Is so we need an immersive, I'm almost afraid to say it, an immersive colonoscopy video so that you can be right there as all the action is going on. Wow.
This is going to be big money.
Big money. I'm not sure what website would allow it to be hosted, but
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Yeah. Yeah. My colonoscopy videos. That's just so wrong.
Do you
And it
want to
would be
get
on
deep into
TikTok for a
guy?
couple of days before they took it down.
Yeah, but in those couple days, so many people would have copied it,
Millions of views.
and it would get reposted and reposted.
The Polyp Express. Okay. Well,
All aboard!
we're gonna we're gonna get off that topic. And I wanted to tell you, actually, I wanted to ask you, what do
Mhm.
you have going on that is not related to colonoscopies?
I have a couple things going on. I
Tell me.
I revived my
Oh,
blogs.
yes.
So, Fresh Brewed Tales, where I write about coffee shops, and not well, okay, more specifically, the weird things I see people do in coffee shops. And then as I was reviving that, I found the database that had most of the tech-ish stuff that I had written years and years ago. And so I thought, let's bring it back and maybe I'll do something with this. So freshbrewtales.com and jgamet.com. And yeah, so I've got my own blogs going again because I just I just apparently can't stand having any free time in my life.
Exactly. Well, I mean, case in point, you're on this show. So,
Y- yeah, okay, yeah, I'm
yeah,
sorry, I cannot argue with that.
that's completely fair. Um, there will be links to Fresh Brewed Tales and jeffgamet.com, though I guess just saying jeffgamet.com means that you shouldn't need a link, but they will
Y-
be there in the show notes if you do. If you want a handy link to those two things.
if typing is just way too much, and I get it, some days it is. Now you
Yeah,
can just go click
click and you'll
just
be
like
there.
that, and you'll be there.
And once we get the eye interface for the Mac OS, you won't even have to scroll. You can just kind of move your head up and down. Or actually, well, I guess you probably wouldn't know if the Vision Pro does something like that.
I
Are
think you
there
still have to
gestures that
scroll.
you can use?
Oh, there's gestures you can use, but I don't think
But
they're
it
eye
won't.
gestures.
Okay, so it won't use like the eye scrolling that
Uh,
it has kind of built
That's
in
a
for
really
other
good
things.
question. I think we need to get Chuck Joyner to buy one so he can test it for us.
Yes. Yes. And, the fact that he'll watch other kinds of content that we were talking about earlier, nothing whatsoever to do with why he would purchase one. But we now have a way. It is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. Jeff, I am still loving my Heil PR35 microphone. This thing is just fabulous.
Well, you do
Um,
sound luscious.
I know it's and I don't know if you know this about me, but I am kind of a microphone freak.
Wait, is
I've
this
kept it low
new?
key. I've kept it low key.
No idea. I had no idea at
Yeah,
all.
exactly. So 30 or 40 microphones later, this is the one that I've kind of settled on. And it's not expensive. And it doesn't take a whole lot of work to make it sound nice. And
And you do sound very nice.
thank you. I do appreciate that. So based on that, I think we should move over to Gaz's snippets, don't you think so? Yeah.
Oh, I am so here for it.
Gaz's snippets, headlines fly, we just clip it. Bite-sized buzz, you won't miss it. Hey, tap in quick, Gaz's snippets blinking, you get the gist of it.
Okay.
Oh, I
Here we
think I shook
go.
my head a little too hard. Whew.
Oh, are you dizzy? It happens.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
happens.
it would have been even worse, but I got off gabapentin. Whole nother
Ye-
thing. Um,
maybe it's because I live a little bit more than a mile above sea level. Maybe
well,
that's
that would
it.
do it. Oh, I don't know if God damn tangents. There is just things pop into my head, you know. The first time I flew into Denver,
Hmm.
I was looking at, because on most planes these days they have a little screen, and you can kind of follow the progress of your plane as it's
Hmm.
flying around and doing whatever it's doing, including altitude.
Hmm.
So I'm watching it, and it looks like we're coming in for a landing at Denver Airport, and I'm going, damn, we're still at like 5,000 to 6,000 feet. How the hell is he going to? And then we were down. We were down on the
Uh-huh.
ground because I had forgotten, of course, that it is called the Mile High City for a really good reason, and that includes the airport. So
Hmm.
that surprised me. That definitely surprised me.
All right, I'm going to share with you a little bit of Mile High trivia, and
Okay.
this is for the sports fans out there. And those of you that know me well can appreciate the irony of me giving you sports trivia. Um, okay, so Denver's the Mile High City, and then we have the Colorado Rockies, the baseball team. So in their stadium, the seats they're all green, but if you look like 2/3 of the way up, there's one row of seats that's purple. That row of seats is exactly 1 mile high.
Oh, really? That
Yeah.
wow! I did not know that. That is actually kind of cool trivia. And
I
coming
every
from
now
you,
and
it's
then,
doubly
I can do it.
surprising.
Right? It's a good thing you were sitting down.
I know, or I would have
You
gone
would have ended
wow
up
even
sitting down.
louder.
Right?
And who wants that? Um, but
Uh,
getting back
yeah.
to the snippets, iOS, or actually 26.5, is everywhere. tvOS, iOS, iPadOS, macOS, the list goes on and on. Big changes? Well, it kind of depends on your definition of big. End-to-end encryption beta for Android and iOS that uses messages. A little bit of AI and maps for suggestions based on where you are in previous searches and ads, and
Mm.
new Pride wallpapers. Also, lots of security and bug fixes, lots of security and bug fixes,
Hmm.
which should be enough to get you to download it. And if you're not on 26, they have equivalent security and bug fixes for, I believe, iOS 18 and maybe even 17 for people that are on like really
I
old
think it goes
devices.
back to like 15. I mean,
Wow, really? That
it's
far back?
yeah, it's more than 18 and 17.
Okay.
So yeah,
Um,
I'm pretty sure it goes back to 15.
have now I know that you've got a thing about tall trees.
And
So
Big Lake.
and Big Lake. Are you using the latest versions, or are you kind of holding back?
I'm on 26.5 on everything,
Mm-hmm.
and it did not fix the audio problems that I have experienced. But I think at this point the audio issues are so fundamental at the core of the operating system that I'm going to have to wait until whatever they call Mac OS 27.
Well,
Uh,
I wonder if
mhm.
because I experiment all the time with audio, and for the most part, I didn't run into any issues. But though I do know that a lot of people have. Now,
Mhm.
what are you running it on?
I'm on a M2 MacBook Pro.
Okay, well, that should work fine.
One would think.
I wonder if it could be related to your computer and not the operating system. If there's something either, and as compared to like other M2 MacBook Pros.
I mean, it's always a possibility, and and I'm absolutely willing to accept that that there was a coincidental issue that started with my MacBook Pro hardware when I installed macOS Big Lake.
Okay.
Like, you know, the timing could be the same and
Do
just
you have
coincidence.
it on any other machines, or do you have any other machines?
My other machine is actually running Mint Linux, if you can believe that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I've tried a couple of variations of Linux, and I just always end up going back to the Mac. I think it's. Go ahead.
it's an experiment machine, and
Okay.
it's nice to be able to have a machine where I can poke around in a different operating system and get experience with just something other than Mac OS.
I don't know if you can see. Whoops, wrong way. If you can see on the shelf behind me where Steve Jobs is,
Mm-hmm.
there are two older Mac Minis, Intel Mac Minis, there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm wondering if it's like I have two monitors and I have two computers. I've got this M4 Pro Mac Mini, and I've got an older HP Vetrix, I think is the model name, was basically just for gaming on the few
Mm-hmm.
times I feel like gaming. And then they're both going to my left monitor of the two that I have, and I just switch between them if I want to play a game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here wondering, well, should I go ahead and hook up one of these Mac Minis into the second input on my second monitor and then just switch between those when. And then I start to think about it, and it's like, don't you have enough cables back there without adding more problems? And it's like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. But at
Probably.
the same time, and I'm totally going into enabler mode here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have two Intel Mac Minis sitting there.
Yes.
You could put Linux on one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and it will run crazy fast. Like I'm using an old Intel MacBook Air for my
Wow.
Mint Linux install, and like excuse me, this one is so old it has only 4 gigs of RAM.
How old is it?
Yeah,
There's. Have you ever heard of a program that Samsung put out called Dex? DEX.
that sounds vaguely familiar.
It is, and and again, we're so far off topic here that, but we will
Good
we
for
will
us.
get back to these things. I don't get to talk to Jeff one on one very much, and so I'm just enjoying our time together.
I am absolutely loving this in
all we
what's
need
sure to
all we
be a
need is a
3 hour show.
waitress.
Jazz hands.
Story for another day. Um. Oh, now I lost where I was going with that.
Dex.
Dex. Thank you. Thank you. I'm an old guy. What it is a windowed operating system that you can run off a Samsung phone. So
Oh yeah.
I had
Okay.
this little stand that I could drop onto, put the phone in the cradle there. It had an HDMI output, it had some USB inputs, and it had an audio output, just a 3/8 inch jack.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried it, and it because I bought this, and it was old then too, a Galaxy 10, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
But it worked really, really well. And I was able, because Microsoft Office is part of, they're in Android as well. So I
Mm-hmm.
was able to run all of the Office programs in a windowed environment. And it looked like Linux, which of course Android is kind of a fork of. So I just kind of wondered why Apple also didn't include something like this. To be able to just go, okay, well, I'm done here at my desk, pull the phone out of the cradle, get in my car, use it for CarPlay, get to work, put it in a cradle there in like a sandbox networked environment to do all the stuff that I want to do at work. And then when I go home, I just take it out and put it in my pocket and go home.
You know, funny you should say that because Without any insider information at all, I genuinely believe Apple has been working on that very thing for a long time, and eventually we will be able to buy whatever Apple wants to call it, that our pocketable device
It
that
goes everywhere.
that goes everywhere. I mean, they may still call it iPhone, they might call it something else, but I think that's really where Apple wants to take us.
And for 99% of the people out there that aren't doing, development and all the rest of that stuff, it would, I mean, and the MacBook Neo showed us that A level processors are more than capable of not only running the Mac OS, but running it well with a number of
Mhm.
applications. So I would like to see that. Should we get back to the snippets now that we've wasted like 10, 15 minutes on a topic completely unrelated?
I need 10 seconds
Go ahead.
of more of your time to waste. Okay.
Sure.
Once you set up Linux on your Mac Mini, now you have a machine that you can use to set up like a Plex server or Home Assistant or Homebridge or whatever, and it's much lower overhead. And you've already got the hardware to do it, and it'll run great.
I do have the hardware to do it. I should do something like that.
So there you go.
Okay.
Now,
Under the
now you can
category.
go back to your show.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jeff.
Oh, sure
I
thing.
appreciate that. Um, Under the category of don't spend it all in one place, a new coin featuring Steve Jobs has been released by the U.S. Mint. The $1 coin has Steve Jobs sitting in a field with mountains in the background and make something wonderful at the top, along with the United States of America and Steve Jobs all in a circle around the edge of the coin. On the opposite side is kind of a side shot of the Statue of Liberty with "In God We Trust" and the $1 image denoting the coin's worth, and a stamp showing you where it was minted, because it was minted in Denver,
Mhm.
Philadelphia, and
I think that's it. I think it's just the two.
was it? Because I know that there's a third mint, but I guess it was just
Uh,
Philadelphia and Denver.
third mint, Cleveland? I'm sorry, I can't remember where the third mint
Yeah,
is.
but there's another one, and I can't think of what it is either. Um, so it's actually quite nice looking if you look it up online. But if you want uh if you want one of them, you'll have to pay eBay prices as they're all sold out at the mint. And I did check this out, and I did go to eBay and I did buy two for about $10, and they'll show up at some point coming up. But they look really nice.
I did not buy one, and I'm just going to live vicariously through everyone else, I suppose.
Yeah,
So I'm looking forward
kind
to
of like with
Mac
the
stock,
Vision Pro too.
much like that. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to Mac stock in July because I'm sure that there will be people that come to Mac stock with the Steve Jobs coins for show and tell. So I'll get to see one in person there.
Yes, and that will probably one of those people will be me.
Well, I'm
Because,
looking forward to handling your coin, guy.
well, thank you. Hold on.
Well, now we're back to OnlyFans,
I think I'm going to take that the way it was intended.
as well
Maybe.
you should.
As well, I should.
We're talking about coins.
Apple stock is crazy, Jeff. It hit
Mhm.
an all new high, closing off at $300.23, as compared to their 52-week low of 193.46. So whenever that 52-week low was, it has gained like 1/3 in value since then. So that's, and I have zero Apple stock, even though why I didn't buy a crap ton of it in 1998 at $12 a share.
Right? It's same. I mean, I did have the opportunity to buy
Well,
I don't know, a
honestly,
bunch of shares,
let's be
but
fair.
didn't.
Let's be fair. I was kind of under the impression that within 12 months it was going to disappear as a company.
I mean, that was a possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a real possibility. For me, it was more about uh, if I had bought the stock, ultimately I would have lost it because you know. that divorces all that. Um,
Yeah.
so in the end, it's for the best that I didn't buy it because I would have lost it anyhow.
And why should she have it? That's what I say.
Uh, right? Yeah.
It's like, oh, you want to take my car? I traded it in on a 1953 Hudmobile. Take it away.
Yeah. By the way, it's on cinder blocks, so you're
Yeah,
gonna need
yeah.
a tow truck.
You might need a tow truck. iPhone hit 75% of sales at the big three characters for quarter one of 2026. Apple's iPhone sales were up 4% year over year, while Android sales were down 14%. And this is not a new phenomenon, and it's not strictly related to the United States. I know that even over in China, and we're talking about model per model. We're not talking about the iPhone against the entire Android universe. The iPhone
Right.
as a model, the various models, is like one of the biggest sellers in China.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
this one here is going to get your blood boiling. US DOJ wants user info. If you downloaded the EasyLinks Auto Agent app, the US DOJ is looking for you. The Cayman Islands, I should say, the quote Cayman Islands unquote company that that built the app has run into the DOJ before when they were accused of violating the Clean Air Act indirectly by their users bypassing factory emissions control along with an onboard diagnostic hardware dongle. Apple isn't alone on this. Google was hit as well. Also, Walmart and Amazon for info on buyers of the physical EasyLink hardware. The probe could be up to 100,000 people. So far, neither Apple nor Google have responded. And frankly, I think they should tell the DOJ to go jump in the lake.
That's the nice way of putting it.
Yes.
Yeah, the DOJ is way, way, way overreaching with this. And yeah, I mean, just because someone has something does not mean they have committed a crime. And Easy Link, what they make, I mean, it's designed for a legitimate use.
Yes.
And do you remember years ago there, and I forgot the name of the company, but I had their little dongle plugs into the port on your car, and it just gives you tons of information about your car,
Yeah.
like accurate gas mileage and where you're driving and how fast and you're
Yeah.
driving.
It
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 just all
actually
that
it
stuff.
actually connects directly to your car's main computer.
Yeah, and it was a really useful tool, and I loved that thing. Then the company went out of business, and other companies like EasyLink showed up, and I almost bought an EasyLink to replace whatever the one was that died, and then apparently something happened like squirrel, and I never did. But yeah,
But you can still, I mean, not even talking about EasyLink, you can get um and I can't remember what the port is, but every car has it now. And it's usually under the dash on the driver's side. And all you do is you plug that into something and then it also connects up, and I think there's
it's
an
an
iPad app.
OBD port.
Yes, OBD port, OBD. And onboard diagnostics, I think is what that stands for. Something like that.
That sounds good. Let's go
Yeah.
with it. It's probably
And
right.
it allows you to see, like if you've got a check engine light, it allows you to see what the error codes are and all
Mhm.
of these great things. And because typically in the past, you've had to rely on your mechanic to be honest. Sorry, excuse me. That was a bit hard to say. And they're looking out for themselves, but now with a tool like this, you can actually go and look at what the error codes are before you even take it in.
Mhm.
And so, forewarned is forearmed, or is it the other way around? Forearmed is forewarned.
No,
It's
it's
one
I
of
think
those.
it's forewarned is forearmed.
Okay, so I got it right. Had to be a first time for everything.
I'm
So
glad I was here for it.
thank you. I appreciate it. You know, it's like mark this moment in history. Guy was right about something. So
And I will
yeah,
back you up. You were right.
I was right again. Wow.
Wow.
Holy crap. So yeah, so if you're interested in something like that, there's all kinds of tools out there that you can get. You might want to do it anonymously if for all the people who bought EasyLink is any indication of where that might be going in the future, though I'd like to think that it's probably not going to go anywhere because, you know, the DOJ, if you can't trust them, who can you trust, Jeff?
Right? Oh no.
Oh no. All right, that's it for the snippets.
Last flash from Gaz's snippets. Apple news on the brain. Scroll it, swipe it. That's the segment. Now we're jumping off the train. One more ping, then silence. Hit the logo, fade to black. Gaz signed off on Apple headlines. Till the next drop brings us back.
Hey,
Hey.
hey,
Hey.
hey, hey, hey.
Oh hey.
All right, we're going to slide right over to the main topic. We're talking about some of the rumored new stuff, whether we think it's real, whether we think that Apple is using some of these to find out who some of the leakers are, or if there is just no freaking possible way that the various pundits and analysts could possibly have been right. So we're going to start with Apple glasses. And everything I'm talking about is for like this year for the most part.
Okay.
So do you think that that Apple will release glasses this year, and what kind of form might they take?
No, they're not releasing Apple glasses this year.
Okay, well that kind of just
That what they will release, I think,
Mhm.
is some form of update for Vision Pro. It may not be a major hardware update, but there will be some sort of update for Vision Pro.
Okay, well the current Vision Pro is using the M5,
Right. Oh,
and they
right.
haven't
They're already
started
on
to
the
talk
M5.
about the
Um,
M6.
so okay, so you're right. I forgot. We're already on the M5. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no big update for Vision Pro this year either.
Unless it's like software related for the
Well,
current
I mean,
line.
yeah, I'm talking hardware. There'll
Yeah.
definitely be software improvements.
You know, Apple should really consider, because I mean the Vision Pro, if you look at the components that make up the Vision Pro, it's quality all the way
Hmm.
through. Every single thing that's in that thing is 100% quality. How about a M3 or M4 Vision Pro that has slightly less fantastic lenses built into it, so it could keep the
Hmm.
cost something in the $1,000 to $1,500 range? I think it would definitely sell a lot better than a 3,500 plus device, because that's just a lot for a lot of people to swallow.
I agree, but I don't think it's going to come for a while.
Okay,
Uh, and okay, here's why. Vision
all right,
Pro, I
yes,
still see as a test and development platform for Apple,
yes,
and they don't need to diversify the platform while they are
still
uh,
experimenting.
still experimenting with it. And then once they're like, okay, we've got this dialed in, and we're really ready to roll, then I think they'll do what we have seen them do so many times before with their product lines, where they start at the high end, then they have a threshold point where they're like, okay, we've saturated to that threshold point. Now we release a lower price model, and so now we're hitting that mid-range group. They'll go until they hit whatever that threshold is, and then they'll come out with their lower end price point model, and now you've got all 3 tiers.
Okay. And that's
So it'll be a
assuming
slow
that
process.
they're interested in like making that a big market for them under its
Right.
the way it's currently designed.
Yeah, and well, yes. And I think when we get to the point where they're hitting multiple price point tiers,
Mhm.
the design will have changed quite a bit, and it's just the natural evolution of the product. And I think ultimately they want to get there because Apple is seeing this as the future of computing platforms. So
And
eventually it'll be like, you're ready to buy a new computer? Well, geez, do I need an iMac? Do I need a MacBook Pro? Or do I need a Vision Pro? It's not like, what combination do I get? What's my primary computer? The one that's on the desk, the one I can carry with me everywhere under my arm, or the one that sticks on my face?
Apple glasses, assuming that that's a a valid product that they're working on, and we don't know. We do not know. That would not be a standalone device.
I
Th-
agree completely.
that would
Yep.
hook up through your watch or your phone or something like that, which would do most of the computations. And the glasses themselves end up being more of an interface that you can wear on your face that connects up to a different device that has the brains in it.
Yep, I'm with you. To me, Apple Glasses is an accessory for iPhone, much in the same way Apple Watch has been an accessory for the iPhone. And although Apple Watch is getting more or leaning more towards independent device,
Right. Well,
but it
especially with
was
the
launched
Ultra.
as an accessory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Apple's smart doorbell with a security camera built in.
I don't know. The question for me really isn't, are they going to release a smart doorbell? It's, does Apple need to be making smart home devices?
I
And
agree.
I know there's a lot of arguments saying, "Oh man, they really need to because they have to goose their HomeKit market." And but at the same time, I don't know if Apple really needs to be in that market.
At all.
So at all. So I'm inclined to say, yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Okay. I don't disagree with that. And there's already so many other companies that are making something like this that the only real draw would be it has the Apple logo on it and
Hmm.
that it works seamlessly with Apple HomeKit.
Hmm.
And that's the only thing I can think of.
You you could make setup easier, although setting up a HomeKit device isn't difficult today.
Yeah, but
But
don't
you,
lose your packaging.
yeah, don't lose your packaging, right?
Yeah.
Um, so, but what they could do is like what they've done with pairing AirPods and pairing HomePods, where you just get your iPhone. Oh, Apple TV also. Just get your iPhone near it, and it's like, oh, hey, here's this thing. Do you want me to get everything set up for you? You say yes, and that's basically it.
Yeah. Yeah. Though it's not really quite as easy as that sometimes.
No, but that's the idea,
Right.
and that's what Apple's working towards.
We hope.
So, okay, yeah, we hope. Yeah, yeah, fair.
All right. Next, HomePod 3 and HomePod Mini 2. Other than colors and maybe updating some of the internals to newer technology, I don't really see where this is a necessary product.
Um, the the only place that I see true value in refreshing the HomePod and HomePod Mini, and yes, I'm fully aware that the original HomePod Mini, that's still what we're selling today, or what Apple's
Yeah.
selling today.
And in considering how big it is, it sounds really good.
It does. And as far as changing speaker components, whatever, I mean, unless Apple decides, oh, well, we can keep our margins and put the original speakers into a HomePod 3 as opposed to what they have in the HomePod 2. Because the audio quality for most people, they can't tell the difference. But the audio
Right.
quality in HomePod 2 is not on the same level as it was in the original HomePod. All right. Anyhow, I'm getting off base with
Okay.
where I'm going with this. The to me, the useful upgrade in a HomePod and a HomePod Mini is new processor, because you want to be able to do more S-Lady stuff locally, more,
That's true.
we'll call it AI stuff
Yeah.
locally. So get a more powerful chip in these so that it can handle that locally, some more of that locally, and there you go.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't see a reason to update either.
No, I don't. HomePad. This would be a new product, probably along the lines of the HomePod, but with a display. To
I
me, it's like a product in search of a problem.
well, to a degree, that's what the iPad was when it launched too. So if you want to put the positive spin on it, it's a product that Apple thinks has value. They just don't know how users will take
Use it.
advantage of that.
Yeah.
And that was true with the iPad. That was true with the Apple Watch. And so I could see them doing something with this HomePad thing like that as well. And yeah, maybe they'll release something. My guess, though, is if they do, it will be designed more, no, better way to say it, it will lean heavier towards local AI stuff as opposed to being a HomePod with a screen.
So
So you
it still requires S-Lady to get the most function out of it. Because I know I when I read some of these articles, they talk about things like, well, you can use FaceTime and blah blah blah. It's like most people, when they're on their couch to watch TV and their HomePods or whatever are there by the TV set, if you try to use FaceTime with something like that, you'd be about that big in the picture, and everybody else would be far away, unless they could use some kind of software to auto zoom or
Mhm.
what have you, which they could. But to release a product with a screen simply to use it for FaceTime,
No,
no.
no, that's just another feature that it
Yeah.
would be able to do. But no, that's not the reason to release this thing. This, to me, this product would be the thing that you see in like near future sci-fi movies when people walk into their house and the house is like, "Welcome back, Guy. How was your trip to the grocery store? Did you remember to get the eggs?" O- And or you get up in the morning and
It
you walk
opens the
in.
blinds and
Yeah, it opens the blinds and
makes you a
and
smoothie.
yeah, makes you a smoothie. It's like, hey guy, uh don't forget today is Tuesday the 20th, and you have two appointments that you can't miss today. The first one is that call with your investor where you're going to suddenly have millions of guy bucks, and then in the afternoon you need to get to the hospital in time for that colonoscopy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want. I want something to remind me of colonoscopies. Um,
Yeah.
what next do I have here? AirPods Ultra. So I'm guessing the over the ear kind with IR cameras. I
So
have no idea.
okay, so there's stuff you could do with the IR cameras. If okay, I'm going to give this one a maybe, because
Okay.
if we take AirPods and look at them as a fitness accessory, as a health accessory, then with the IR cameras, I think that you could use those cameras for well, I mean, we've already got some health features in the current AirPods Pro. So use the IR cameras to enhance that, and then maybe it's doing something with like spatial recognition around you that enhances everything else you're doing. How that works, I don't know. I'm just like pulling this right out of my butt right now.
Okay, not going there. Um,
No, you're
to
not a
me,
professional.
to
So no,
me,
we can't do that.
where this might also be handy would be under accessibility, where
Yes.
say somebody that has limited vision or is blind, and they would have to be much smaller than the current ones, but have a device that has IR cameras on both sides that can
Yep.
map what's in front of you. And, you're walking down a path and you start to veer more to the right or to the left, or the path starts to veer. You would get some kind of tone in your ear to say, okay, well, start moving in this direction or start moving in that direction. And if there was something on the ground that could trip you, there could be a warning for that too.
Hmm.
So it's doing like a 3D map of everything that's in front of you, so that if you have limited or no vision, you'll be aware of what's there before you get there.
I like that. And I think to fully realize that, they would probably have to include LiDAR. But still, I love where you're going with that, and I can see Apple working on making AirPods that can basically turn you into Daredevil, so that you can see everything around you without being able to see.
Did you watch that series?
I am partway through the current season.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have one episode left to go, but I have to watch it when Tracy isn't around because she doesn't like it. It's like,
It's
okay, well,
I mean, it can be an intense series.
it's very intense. And um, uh, I can't remember the guy's name that plays the Kingpin. He is just
Uh,
so good.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yes. And I remember seeing him the first time in Full Metal Jacket, where,
Yes.
his arc in that movie was actually one of the best parts of that movie.
Hmm.
But he enhances, as an actor, he enhances everything that I've ever seen him in.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
he plays the Kingpin so well. You can tell he picked up a couple of comic books and, got into the head of this character and talked to people who'd written the character before, because even the way his voice is just so perfect for it.
Yes.
And
I love how he came up with the mannerisms,
yes,
like the way Kingpin's hands and fingers move, like almost like this twitchy thing.
yes,
And I mean, and it's very intentional, and it's something that Vincent D'Onofrio came up with. I love it.
yeah. So, we're both big Vincent fans, I guess.
Absolutely.
All right. Apple TV, possibly with a camera.
I'm
I
gonna go with yes, but not with the camera.
Yeah, yeah. I could see, because it's been, I think, 4 or 5 years since it was updated. So it could use
It's
a slightly faster processor.
I don't remember. I was going to say it's been 2 years since it's been updated, but I mean, it's been a while. 2 years, 4 years. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter at this point. The processor that's in it was not the newest when it was
it,
released,
yeah.
and it's not getting any newer.
It sure
Um,
isn't.
so no. So here's what I think would be cool for Apple to do, especially now
Okay.
that we've seen what the Neo can do. Give the Apple TV an A18 or A19 processor. And now you have an Apple TV that that has the horsepower where you can start like really courting Apple can start really courting A-list game companies
Yes.
and get them to release their like the flagship titles for Apple TV, because at that point Apple TV can be a true gaming console.
Yes. Yes. And could undercut pretty much everything else that's out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's I mean
you need the developer support for something like that.
you absolutely do. And where we are with gaming on Apple TV right now,
It's okay.
it's it's okay, but if you look at the hardware, it's way better than you would expect.
Yeah,
And yes, it's a casual gaming platform right now, but it could be so much more.
it could. It very well could. All right, now this one is a no-brainer. iPad Mini. I think it's
Oh, yes,
been
please.
2 years since the Mini was updated. And quite, I've got an M1 iPad Pro along with a smart keyboard for it.
Mhm.
And quite honestly, the way I use it is mostly I'm viewing content, I'm playing games. I'm not doing anything that taxes the M series processor in there. I'm not using it really as a computer, even though you can, because there's
Mhm.
lots of great tools for the iPad. And in the past, with a much older iPad, uh, at the Macworld Expo, I actually didn't take a laptop. I only took the iPad to see if I could get through it with just that. And I did. It was 2 to 3 times harder, but I did,
Mhm.
and I got through it. And that experiment taught me that A, the iPad is very capable, and
Mhm.
B, without the proper hardware support and links between apps, which they kind of have now, it was a complete waste of time. But
Mhm.
the iPad mini being a smaller unit, I think would be a great auxiliary travel device. So
Absolutely.
your laptop and everything else goes into a case, and then that case goes into the overhead bin or underneath your seat. I'm talking about, on a plane,
Mhm.
naturally. And the only thing that you have out is an iPad mini and your AirPods. And that's all you need.
That's basically how I fly right now.
Yeah.
Ev Everything's packed away, but when I get on the plane, AirPods and iPad mini, they are
Mhm.
out and ready to go.
And yeah, I would probably do the same. And when I replace my iPad Pro, I will probably just go with a mini. I don't see the need to get a full size iPad anymore.
If you're not doing something that requires that
That
full-size
kind of
iPad, the
power.
Pro model,
Yeah.
then no, don't buy it.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're wasting your money.
I'm surprised. Not anymore because it's what I'm doing. But when I replaced my iPad Mini with a new iPad Mini, and so I bought the OG, another one um, later on, and then the one that I have now, which is what like a year and a half, 2 years old now, and I use that thing every single day.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect that I would, but when I replaced it with the newer model,
Hmm.
it was because I use the thing every single day, and it's like, this one that I'm using is way too old. I need the current model because I use it so much.
Yes.
So, yeah, the iPad mini for me is like an amazing form factor.
And
I still need the iPad Pro because I do like video editing and stuff on my iPad.
okay. Well, I do use my iPad Pro every day, but I'm playing little games while I'm, eating my dinner or what have you.
Mhm.
Or my wife will say, well, who was that quarterback that played for the Denver Broncos in 1977? Well, I don't need to break out a laptop to do that. I can just do it on the iPad, go to Perplexity and have it pull up there or whatever. Though, of
Right.
course, we're getting to the point where, if S Lady is at least gets up to the level of other digital assistants, then you wouldn't even really need an iPad for stuff like that. You could just go, hey, S lady, who was that quarterback from the 1977 Denver Broncos? And I think it was Craig Morton, but I can't be sure.
I don't know. The Broncos quarterback that I can name off the top of my head is John Elway.
And John Elway.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. John
That's it.
Elway.
That's it. Okay.
And I know he's not the quarterback anymore,
No.
but I don't know when he stopped being the quarterback. I mean, it might
Right
have been
after they
like
won
in
the
the
Super
last
Bowl, I think he was like, you know what? I'm just going to retire. And I get it.
that doesn't help me narrow it down.
Right. Right.
I mean, that could have been last year. I don't know.
No. What about the regular iPad? I think that's a no-brainer for getting updated this year.
I agree. Yep.
And if you need a slightly bigger iPad, honestly, get the regular iPad. It's a lot less expensive.
I think for most people, the iPad or the iPad Air is all they need in I'll call it a full-size iPad.
Yeah, it's a great device.
Yep, absolutely fantastic.
Next up, the Apple Watch Series 12. I don't think we even really need to debate that. Yeah, that's
Nope,
probably
it's
September,
happening.
October. Same with the Apple Watch Ultra 4. They would likely be both released at the same time. As
Mm-hmm.
far as what new capabilities it comes with, I mean, it's not hard to figure out. We're talking more accessibility stuff, more health stuff. It'll they'll have this little thing they can plug in and it'll do the colonoscopy for you. So it'll be the I or something along those lines.
It'll be the
Yeah, the I.
Apple.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now this one I found to be a little bit fantastic. The MacBook Ultra with a new OLED screen and touch enabled. That falls into the why.
Okay, Ming Chi Ku, Mark Gurman, bless your hearts.
Yeah.
Oh. It's okay. I think an OLED display MacBook Pro, sure. I think that's very likely. But I'm just not buying into the touchscreen MacBook. It's Apple does not have a Mac OS interface that's designed for touch. And
the
yes,
closest thing is the iPad OS, the new one.
Yeah, and that's an iPad operating system. It's not a Mac operating system. I mean, sure, at WWDC, Apple could show us that they've added touch support in a meaningful way to the MacBook, not the way Microsoft did it, where they just made hooks so that you could have a touch screen, but it was still a mouse and keyboard interface. And despite all the people saying, "Oh man, I would love to have a touch MacBook screen,"
how many people even use that little touch bar?
I loved the touch bar, but I was also disappointed because developers never supported it, and also Apple didn't bring it to anything else, so developers would support it, and so it didn't get used. I'm not buying touch screen MacBook.
And go ahead.
And when I say not buying, I wouldn't buy that because I don't want a touchscreen MacBook, but I'm also not buying into the idea that Apple wants to ship a touchscreen MacBook.
I'm going to disagree with you a little. I think that if they found enough reasons to add touch into the Mac OS that they would. However, I don't think it would be on the top of the line machine. I think it would be something along the lines, and it wouldn't be with an OLED screen, with the MacBook Neo, a hybrid device that is relatively inexpensive and built for the kinds of things that educators may want something like that to do. Whereas
Huh.
professionals, they have everything mapped out. If they're editing video, if they're editing audio, if they're working in Photoshop or whatever have you, if they've been doing it for any length of time, they have their hooks and devices that they use for shortcuts for that kind of work.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, I could see that, and I hadn't thought about it from that perspective. Um, so I could totally see that. I mean, you haven't sold me on the idea of Apple's going to release a touch
Oh,
MacBook.
believe me, I'm not trying to sell you on it.
Uh,
For myself personally, I wouldn't want it.
it was the same. Okay, so here's where I see a problem with Apple releasing that as a feature just on one model Mac, and it's the touch bar problem.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
If
It's
they don't
true.
do it everywhere, then
Then developers
who's
won't
going to
bother.
support it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. I'm going to combine the next two because it's kind of a no-brainer. M5 iMac, M5 Mac Mini, along with,
I
of course, M5 Pro Mac Mini.
I'm so on board with this. I will
Yeah.
be shocked if we don't get both.
And, I'm thinking that it may happen during the summer before the big iPhone releases, because the M5 is here. It's ready to go. I guess it's just a question of what the yield is for what they
Mm-hmm.
need. And we've kind of talked about this before, but what about something along the size of a Mac Mini, but with an A19 or A18 Pro processor? The Neo has shown that it can be very profitable and very popular if the price is right. So something like a mini Neo or whatever, if it was priced $300 to $500 with decent specs, I think that would also be a big seller.
Yeah, maybe. And so on one hand, I really like the idea, and on the other hand, I'm feeling like that isn't where Apple wants to go with the Mac Mini.
Probably not.
And
But I don't think
and
we have seen the last product with A series chips in it on the Mac side. The
yeah,
iMac, for example, I think would, because the iMac comes with a 24-inch screen that is really high quality, which is part of the reason why it costs so much. But if they did an A series iMac with just a decent quality LED display, I think that would also be a big seller.
yeah, it's I agree. I'm having a hard time picturing Apple doing that,
Yeah.
but I think you're right. If Apple released a Mac Mini and an iMac with A series processors, so much lower price, then yeah, they could sell. Although I don't think an iMac with an A series processor would drop the price enough, because I'm pretty sure the single most expensive component in an iMac is the display.
Yes.
So unless they're going to put a lower quality display in the iMac,
Well, they'd almost
which
have to.
yeah, and I don't know if Apple wants to do that.
Well, they
And
did
if
it
they
with
were
the
going,
Neo. That doesn't have like a super high quality display.
it's a really good display.
It's
It's not the same as what's in a MacBook Pro,
or the
but
Air.
but it's a really good display.
Yes.
I think if you did that on a screen as big as an iMac, I think people would really notice.
It is because it is twice as big.
But
inches.
if they were going to do that, since that's the single most expensive part, why not just put a lower quality display in, keep an M series processor, because the price difference for Apple at that point probably isn't that great.
When you buy in bulk like that, yeah. All right.
So,
We're gonna.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we don't know about any of these things.
We make it up as we go along.
We do. Moving over into the iPhone land. iPhone Air 2. Now, the original iPhone, according to all the pundits and blah, 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 did not sell that well. So, with the iPhone SE still being a thing, is there really, and it is, it's smaller than both the regular iPhone and the iPhone Pros. Is there a reason to make an iPhone Air 2?
Yeah, I think there is. I think there's a market for it.
Okay.
Um, just because the pundits get their panties in a bunch over what Apple is selling or not selling, or what they think the
Yeah,
sales figure should be.
because they don't say.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that Apple isn't selling within their expectations for whatever. Eh, So I I think we're going to get an Airphone Air 2, and I think it's probably been selling well enough. Th- These pundits, they don't know.
No, they really don't. But we do, which is why you're
Right.
listening to this show.
Right. And this is why we're not pundits,
That's
because
right. Who wants to join
we
that
just don't know.
club?
Oh man, yeah.
All right. iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max, which is pretty much a given in the September,
Yeah.
October timeframe.
Yeah.
This is the part that makes me go, no regular iPhone until 2027. I don't know about that.
Yeah. So I've been seeing those same reports, and on one hand, I can see where this would be a good way to,
Break the lineup.
yeah, well, and stabilize sales, if you will, because when you do a new iPhone release, you get this big jump in sales,
Right.
and then it tapers back off, and then sales just continue at whatever regular level you have. But if you have a big boost in the fall with the Pro line, and it starts to taper off, and then in the spring you get a big boost with the regular line,
Plus the SE.
yeah, or Air, whatever they're going to call it, yeah, then sure, I could see that.
So
But
basically,
I
the
don't know.
iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max, and the next one that we're about to talk about. And then in the spring, the regular iPhone, iPhone SE, and the iPhone Air.
Hmm. Yeah, or whatever combination of names they use for the not Pro line.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, I can see this being plausible. Whether or not Apple wants to do that,
Is another
um,
question.
yeah, because when you do it the way they're doing right now, it does really load sales for that fall quarter. And so, typically when we look at that end of the year quarter, which is actually Apple's first fiscal quarter
Right. It's the end of the calendar year, but the first quarter of the next year's fiscal calendar.
for Apple, yes.
Yeah. How did I know that?
Because you've been doing this a long time,
Yeah,
Mr.
I really
Pundit.
have. I really have.
Yeah. So it is nice for Apple to have that really, really strong holiday quarter.
Yes. But
So yeah. But if they could have the holiday quarter and then Q2 have big sales again with iPhone. Um
well, if it's spring, that would be more like Q3.
so okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that would be Q3.
Okay. The last one I have here, and I keep hearing about it, and I'm still not sold on the concept yet, is the iPhone Ultra, which would be a new foldable phone.
Mhm.
There's been so much talk and rumors about it that I'm hesitant to say it's not going to happen, even though it makes no sense to me. but maybe Apple has decided that this is the time to finally do it. And with a new CEO coming in, and Turnip being being a hardware guy as compared to Tim Cook, who was a logistics guy,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we would see some changes along those lines. That Apple may be more hardware focused instead of what they've been doing for the last 15 years.
Yeah, and okay, so on one hand, they could be more hardware focused. On the other hand, if you look back at what Apple's been releasing since Tim Cook took over, I mean, there's been a lot of hardware. There's like whole new product categories.
Yeah, several.
Um, so, uh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the foldable phone. I think there's a very vocal segment of the smartphone community that is saying Apple is going to release a foldable phone simply because they want a foldable phone, and that's it. Of course, Apple has been testing foldable phones in their
Sure.
labs, but I still am not convinced that the display technology is at the point that Apple wants, where they feel like they could release a foldable phone that is up to the standards that they
Yeah,
want.
that
I mean,
won't like just collapse and have a big crease and all of the
yeah,
other downsides of tech like this.
yeah, and even the best foldable phone displays that you can get today, they still have that crease and the distortions that go along with it.
Yes.
And
So
if
I
yeah,
guess we'll
so
see.
yeah, we'll see.
But I don't.
Um,
I have no desire for a foldable phone. On the other hand, I have said that about other newly released Apple products, and then I stand there and say, "Take my money." So
It's yeah, that's how we are.
yeah,
I'd much rather have a foldable iPad than a foldable iPhone.
yeah, for uh transportation, not transportation, portability.
Portability. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's give me something that folds to iPad mini size and that I can use in the folded position. But then I unfold it and now I have something that's closer to a regular size iPad. To me, there would be a lot of value in that.
As compared to a phone. Yeah, I don't. I mean, phones are so small now. I don't get the desire to have one that folds in half, especially with the compromises that you have to take.
Yeah, I get that for some people. It's like, oh, this is the best thing ever. And they love their foldable phones. And that's great. It just, yeah, there's a lot of compromises in display quality that go along with having a foldable phone.
Yep, yep. Okay, I agree. I agree with that, Jeff, and I'm nodding my head. Are you nodding your head? He
I'm nodding
is.
my head. It's like I'm a little Gaz
Gaz's
bobblehead.
tips.
Mostly.
Gaz's tips.
Mostly.
Gaz's tips.
It's time for.
Gaz's tip.
Okay, there's so much music that's associated with the show. Somebody actually made
I feel
that
like
for
I'm
us,
in
and
a
I wish I knew
musical.
who it was. Sorry.
I feel like I'm actually in a musical
I know it's like the GMen opera. No,
now on Broadway.
the GMen. If you go to Finder and then Settings and then General, you can change your new Finder windows from whatever it is now, which is probably all my files, which is the default, to whatever folder it is that you want, like Home or Documents. So new windows open exactly where you want them to work. And that was where you would change it in Finder, Settings, and then under General. And I like that tip. I really do.
That's a great tip.
Oh, look at
And
so much head nodding.
so
You
much
ready?
head nodding.
Hit it.
Yep.
That's the end of Gaz's tips. That's
Most
the
of
end of Gaz's tips. That's
Most
the end of
Yeah,
Gaz's
that's-
tips.
Yeah.
Will you let me finish?
Gaz, you are absolutely right.
Okay. Yeah, I like using my hands during that part
The best part of that is watching you do the choreography.
of the show. And you have to watch the video, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
to get that. And you would do that by going over to the tubes of you and looking up my channel, Vert Shark. Well, you'll find 700 plus videos over there, all kinds
Holy
of good
forking
stuff.
shirt balls.
I know. And quite a bit of it, because I've been doing video for this show for probably 10 years. So each one of the
Wow.
shows that Gaz and I have done from like 2015 on are all over there on the tubes of you. And they're all family friendly. So, you don't have to worry about people saying bad things. Jeff, do you have a
Mm.
for pig's sake this week?
I actually do.
Nice.
And unintentionally, it ties back to our Mac Mini Linux discussion from the beginning of the show. My pick is Plex Amp, and this is an app for Mac and iOS that gives you a much better audio interface for your Plex server, because you can put TV shows and movies and music on your Plex, and and you can use the regular Plex app or the web interface to access all of that. But the Plex Amp app gives you a much better music only interface when you're listening to music from your Plex server. So when I'm sitting at my Mac listening to music from my Plex server, I use Plex Amp. I use it on my iPhone. I can use it on my iPad, and it gives you a better way to go through music discovery in your own library. It gives better curation options. It does all this smart curation for you, and it's like a really great interface for a really great experience for listening to your own music library. And I can listen to my own music library through Apple Music, but I have more control over what I'm listening to with Plexamp.
And is that included with the Plex app?
It's a separate app. So you have the
Oh,
Plex
okay.
app, which is your all-encompassing TV shows, movies, and music. And then you have Plex Amp, which is just music.
Okay, cool. I have one too as well. And
Cool.
it is the iExit app by Metro Rocket. This is an amazing app, really, especially if you travel a lot. Actually, it only makes
Mhm.
sense if you travel a lot. With up to the minute gas prices, travel coupons for hotels, and all of the restaurants by all of the exits in whatever state and state of mind that you happen to be in. You can search by interstate highways and some major state routes. It's location aware and defaults to Apple Maps to show you where the businesses are that you're looking for. There's a small fee to remove the ads, but it's otherwise free. And you can actually, you don't have to be in CarPlay to use it. You can just use it right on your phone, and you can actually go to their website as well. And if you're getting ready to go on a trip, like say from the DC area to Chicago at some point in early mid-July,
Mhm.
well,
Mhm.
if I wanted to stop at various little restaurants along the way, or find a hotel as I'm driving down the road because I'm just ready to go to sleep, iExit will not only get me there, but give me a discount coupon for whatever hotel it is that I end up staying at. So, and it's available in the App Store. I don't think it works for the Mac, but you could, I guess, try it if you
Sure.
wanted to.
You can try anything once,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and I'm a big fan of that, much to my regret in some occasions. If you would like to support the show, you can do so by going to ko-fi.com/MacParrot, or you can pay a pal through paypal.me/MacParrot. Now, we have some feedback this week.
Oh.
In the email category, we got something from a longtime friend of not just the show, but back when it was still with my Mac, Bob Wood. And he says, Hi, Gaz. Sorry to hear that you're laid up. Hope you are back on your feet and wheels. Blah, 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 blah. Back on your feet and wheels soon. We miss you and need you to balance, Guy. Well, I can't argue with that because I have been left on my own here, except for whatever sanity that all the guest hosts have been providing, and nobody
Clearly
wants
not
Gaz
this
back.
week.
Not this week. No, no, no.
No.
Jeff, you and I, we're a toxic couple. We really are.
In the best possible
In the
way.
best possible way. And if you go to Mac Voices on Tuesday nights or In Touch with iOS on Thursday nights, and if we're both on it, there will be fireworks before that show is done. Guaranteed.
Boy, howdy.
YouTube, nothing really on the tubes of you. As I was saying earlier, if you go and look up my channel, VertShark, you'll see all kinds of stuff there. I have some audio feedback from NC Greg, who has been sending feedback to this show for well over 10 years. Long time friend of the show. And here's what he had to say. And this may end up at the very beginning of the show on the audio side.
You're listening to the GMen podcast, which probably means you should seriously rethink some of your life choices up to this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is fair. Yeah. I'll go along with that.
Yeah,
and
look,
remember,
if you want to make bad life choices, we're here for you.
we will back you 100% of the way until we see the lights and hear the sirens, and then we're cutting out. You're on your own at that point.
Yeah,
but
we're gone.
Good luck. Good luck to you, sir. Remember, if you have done an Apple podcast review or review in the podcast aggravator, holy crap, aggregator of your choice.
Maybe you weren't wrong with what you said initially.
Yeah, well, they can be aggravating as well. And if we speak on the show about it, you'll need to send me an email to get your wooty. And if you don't know what a wooty is, I am here to tell you. I am here to inform you. A wooty is a big W, big O, big T, little I, little E, exclamation mark. That's a wooty. And
now I know.
Yeah, now you know. We're here to provide information. If you have done a review for the show, remember, you'll probably need to tell me about it because I just don't have all of the links to all the various aggravators that are out there. So, but we would really, really like to hear from you, whether you like the show, whether you hate the show, whether you think we should make changes that we probably won't make. You can let us know, and guaranteed we will not edit those comments. And if you want, you can also, just like Greg NC did, or NC Greg did, you can send us a bumper. Do you know what a bumper is, Jeff?
Yeah, it's the thing that I see fall off of cars when they run into each other. Yes, bumpers are those little interstitials
Words are hard.
that you run between segments in your show.
Right, which we do with Gaz's snippets and Gaz's tips and all of those.
You've been hearing bumpers all day long
this entire show
right here. Yeah.
And if you do want to do a bumper, please, you can say whatever you want about us, about the show. We don't care. We really enjoy just hearing the feedback, and please keep it between 5 to 10 seconds. And if you must use naughty words, Marcus, that's fine, but they will be beeped before they are aired. Jeff, if people wanted to contact you and say, this is like, what, the third time you've been on this show?
It's been third, fourth. It's more than two already.
More than two. And if they wanted to question why, and you're thinking along the lines of, yes, I want to be on this show, how would they get a hold of you to let you know that?
Well, actually, hold on. I'm going to give you a bumper right now.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so silence. Guy is about to tell you something important. He's going to get it wrong, but listen anyhow.
I like it.
There you go. You've
I
got your
like
bumper.
it. And
Okay.
there's a great example of a bumper right there. And it's
And
uncharted territory, by the way.
Yes, and everyone now you have an example of how a bumper works. You know that pregnant pause, that silence where you're like, "Oh crap, did the podcast just cut out?" No, need that there so that guy can edit the the actual audio out without clipping anything that you say.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
Though
so
honestly, it's not as important as it used to be because on the audio side, I'm recording multi-track. So you're on your own track. So in
oh, all
theory,
right.
I could be going blah, 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 blah the whole time that you're saying that and still isolate it.
And yet here I am trying to be a professional and
Well,
giving
that'll
you
show
the
you.
dead space to cut.
That'll show you.
Yeah, well, that'll show me. All right. So, where to find me, where people can go and look and get some insights about me and realize, oh, yeah, I get now why when guy says, hey, Jeff, can you be on the show? I say yes. Um, so, okay, first, the blogs that I mentioned, jgamet.com and freshbrewtales.com. Then on social media, I'm jgamet pretty much anywhere. The places where I'm posting most of my stuff right now, Mastadon, PixelFed, and BlueSky, or as Guy says, the stawns of Mast and the skies of blue.
Yes.
That is what you say for Mastodon, right?
I
Or you
I
do
have never
now.
said, I have no, I just probably, I'm going to have to start doing it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. There you go.
Okay.
Now
Now
you
what about,
know.
are you on Threads at all? I think I've seen you on Threads, or is it
I'm on
just,
Threads, and okay. So here's the deal. Um, there's so many social media platforms to
yeah.
post to, and like so many of us, I don't have the energy to focus on every single one.
Mhm.
So I'm actually using a tool called Fetica that
Oh,
you can use for free or you can pay depending on what you're doing. And so I'll come up with what I want to say, and I will, and so I let it go to all the social media platforms. So it'll post automatically to like Mastodon and Blue Sky and LinkedIn, Jeff Gamet there, and Threads, and I have it hooked up to PixelFed. So if I'm doing photos, I can send everything there, and it'll just go to all the platforms at once. And
nice.
then and Threads doesn't click for me, but I will periodically go and look and see if there's anything going on that I need to interact with. So if you want to make sure that you're interacting with me and I see it in a reasonable time frame, do Mastodon or Blue Sky or PixelFed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Threads has become like the third platform that I kind of mess around with. I think mostly because that it's still politically neutral, though I don't expect that to last
yeah,
for much longer because all of these sites they get their niche. So, Twitter or Twaxter is
hmm
relatively I don't want to say, well, I guess I'll just say it's relatively conservative. There's probably a lot more conservatives on Twitter than there are, for lack of a better term, liberals. Whereas with Blue Sky, it's kind of the opposite. It's
hmm
more liberals than there would be conservatives. But so far with Threads, it seems to be somewhat evenly mixed. But as I said, because of the way these algorithms work in these social networks, if something becomes hot, that gets pushed to the top. And
yeah,
the more stuff that happens that gets pushed to the top, whether it's from a conservative viewpoint or a liberal viewpoint, kind of determines where that platform ends up going. And don't
yep.
even get me started on Truth Social. Okay. Please,
Oh,
please don't get me started.
oh, yeah. No, we are not going to go
Never
there.
even signed up.
Same. And
And
I go to new social media platforms and sign up even if I don't plan on using them,
oh,
just
just to get your
to lock in
name
my name. But
right.
like on True Social, it's like, no, I don't even have any interest in.
No,
Yeah,
no.
no, that's not a platform for me.
And believe it or not, folks, I probably sound, this might surprise a lot of you, but I am relatively conservative, but I am not that kind of conservative. If you would like to get a hold of me and say, well, you're a conservative and so therefore you suck, you can do so by hitting the show's email and using the email client of your choice. And you would send that to gmenshow, GMenshow at iCloud.com.
What's that email address again, Guy? I want to
It's
write it down.
gmenshow at iCloud.com. And if you watch the video along the very bottom,
GMen.
that's what it said. Oh, he's frantically writing.
Got it.
Got it.
Yeah,
He's got it.
that's right. High quality Foley art right there.
And also, I am both MacParrot and VertShark over on the Twacksters and Skies of Blue. I do have an account at what did you say?
The Stawns of Mast.
The Sons of Mast.
Stawns.
Oh,
of
the
Mast.
Stawns of Mast. I like that. I like that. I don't know if people would be able to figure out that that's supposed to be Mastadon, but
Well, coming
regardless-
from you, they'll figure it out.
yeah, they should be able.
They'll
to
be like,
figure it out.
"Oh, that guy!
He's such a crazy kind of
What
guy.
a goof!"
And that's fair. I totally resemble that remark. So I do have an account on Mastodon, but I don't really follow it that much. It's for me, Mastodon is just so segmented that it can be hard to find a niche that doesn't make you, want to tear your eyes out after a while. But that's me.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You can also
we find the
reach-
platform that's right for us.
You can also reach Gaz as GazMaz. He's over there on Mastodon as GazMaz at c.im. And he is GazMaz as well over there on the Skies of Blue. On Twitter, Twackster and Skies of Blue, we are also Guy and Gaz, all one word, GUIANDGAZ. And if you're not watching the video portion of this show where you can't see that number that's right there at the bottom of your screen, we have a Google Voice number, which is what NC Greg called us on, which is 703-828-4677. If you are outside of the US, your country code would be 1 and then the number. And I cannot guarantee that you won't incur charges if you dial it direct. And in case you missed that number,
Guy has a Google Voice number. The G-Men want your call. Call him now.
yeah, you can call us right now. But if you
That
missed the
was
number,
really great.
I know I can't remember who it was that made that, but I need to thank him.
Probably a true professional or an
Obviously-
idiot. Potato.
Well, and it's not like one can't be without the other.
That's true.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a Reese's cup.
Exactly. You're an idiot, and what was the other one? Now I can't
A
remember.
professional.
Professional. Smash them together and put a big ring around the middle of it. I don't know what that means.
A professional idiot. Oh, wait, a podcaster.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the number, in case you forgot,
703-828-4678.
that's right, Jeff. That number is 703-828-46. And that's the number that you would call. Some of the other stuff I'm doing, Guy's Daily Drive, which is an archive for all the ones I did going back to 2018 up to about 2023, recorded in my car on my way to work. Tales from the AI verse, and I don't know why I keep talking about it because I just don't seem to do anything with it. But I have a bunch
you
of stories ready to roll out. I just have to get them recorded and polished up. But I got the stories. I just don't have the way to do it, to get it out there. Jeff, this is the sad part of the show.
You're not going to make me put on pants now, are you?
No,
Okay.
I would never do that. I would never
You're
do
a
that.
good
to you, Jeff.
friend.
I do ask that you don't stand up, though. That's important. This is the part where we have to say goodbye to all of these fine people. Thank you all, sincerely, all joking aside, for downloading and listening to the GMen podcast. It is greatly appreciated. And Jeff, I think that this week we were good enough. I'm looking at the recording time, obviously long enough, smart enough, you know.
Oh, bless our hearts.
Yeah, bless our hearts for thinking we're smart. And doggone it, woof, walf, wilf, wallaf, and all other kinds of words along those lines. People like us. Now, are you ready for this? I've got a couple of dad jokes.
Oh, yeah. I'm sitting down. I'm ready.
Okay. Whoever stole my depression medication, I hope you're happy now.
I'm sorry, everyone. I apologize for laughing because I realize I'm only encouraging him.
I know. It should not be encouraged. I was making a joke about retirement. It just didn't work.
Oh, oh.
The guy who stole my diary went missing. My thoughts are with his family. And lastly,
ouch.
What is the difference between a man's wallet before and after kids?
I don't know, Guy. What is the difference between a man's wallet before and after kids?
There are pictures where the money used to be. And
all right. Well, then I feel obligated to give one to you too.
Okay.
Yeah. So everyone, Guy told me a math joke and it left me numb. And then he told me another math joke and it left me number.
Seriously.
It gets stupider the more you think about it.
I know. End.
In hand, I hope. So you can all go home and there's nothing to worry about. Get out of here now. Go on home and I go home.